95% of global internet traffic relies on undersea cables, the invisible yet vital arteries of our digital era. Imagine if these cables were disrupted. In 2025, 15 were severed in the Red Sea alone, cutting off a staggering 25% of Europe-Asia data flow. Alarming, isn't it? In 2025, a shocking 15 undersea cables were cut in the Red Sea, causing chaos by disrupting 25% of Europe-Asia data traffic. These cables, the backbone of our internet, seem incredibly fragile. How did this critical infrastructure become so exposed? And why does international law struggle to protect it? Every day, 95% of global internet traffic races through undersea cables. But who ensures their safety? In 2025, a shocking 15 cables in the Red Sea were cut, shaking Europe-Asia connectivity. Meanwhile, the Baltic Sea experienced 6 cable disruptions in only 6 days. Explore this invisible battleground and its pressing challenges. Picture this. The year is 1866. The first successful transatlantic telegraph cable connects Europe and North America, revolutionizing communication. Fast forward to today, and over 1.2 million kilometers of fiber optic cables crisscross the ocean floors. These cables are the lifeblood of the internet, handling 95% of global traffic. Imagine the invisible veins through which our digital world flows. From streaming your favorite shows to international bank transactions, these undersea networks are critical. Yet few realize how vulnerable they remain to disruptions, whether by natural disasters or intentional sabotage. Imagine sending an email from New York to Tokyo. It travels thousands of miles, weaving through undersea cables that crisscross our oceans. This invisible highway handles over $15 trillion of daily financial transactions. In October 2023, Google's Grace Hopper cable connected New Jersey to Bilbao, delivering 340 terabits per second, a testament to their importance. Yet these cables are alarmingly susceptible. A single severance can cripple global communication. As more than 430 cables snake across the globe, their silent, tireless service remains crucial, tucked away beneath the waves, awaiting our attention and protection. With the digital age surging, our reliance on the internet has skyrocketed, making the undersea cable network crucial for global connectivity. In recent years, geopolitical tensions have escalated this reliance into a vulnerability. Take the Red Sea in 2025, where 15 cables were cut, affecting 25% of Europe-Asia data flow. Meanwhile, the Baltic Sea witnessed 6 disruptions in just 6 days. Are these incidents mere accidents, or is sabotage at play? As technology dependence grows, so does the urgency to safeguard these cables. Yet international law remains nearly powerless in protecting this vital infrastructure. Imagine a colossal web stretching across the ocean floors. These are undersea cables, the vital arteries of our global communication network. Each cable is a marvel of engineering, comprising multiple layers designed to endure the punishing marine environment. Typically, a cable measures about an inch in diameter, resembling a garden hose. The outermost layer consists of polyethylene, providing waterproof protection. Beneath that, armored steel wires offer resilience against physical damage. A copper or aluminum tube follows, which not only acts as a shield, but also conducts electrical power. The innermost layer houses optical fibers, the true workhorses, capable of transmitting data at speeds up to 160 terabits per second. Despite such robust construction, these cables remain vulnerable. Natural hazards like earthquakes and undersea landslides pose significant threats. Human activities are equally, if not more, perilous. In 2008, a single incident of anchor dragging disrupted services for millions in the Middle East and India. With over 400 cables crisscrossing the globe, it's the very nature of their vast network that makes localized incidents have far-reaching impacts. A precarious situation in a world increasingly reliant on digital connectivity. In recent years, a series of undersea cable incidents has sparked serious concern about the stability of our global internet infrastructure. Consider the startling events in the Baltic Sea, where 6 separate cable disruptions occurred over just 6 days. Such a concentrated series of incidents raises the specter of sabotage. While these cases remain under investigation, historical patterns suggest that not all cable breaks are intentional. In 2008, off the coast of Egypt, a rogue anchor was found to be responsible for severing a critical undersea cable, causing internet disruptions for 75 million people across the Middle East. Fishing trawlers and anchors dragging along the seabed have long been culprits in unintentional damage. However, distinguishing between accidents and acts of deliberate sabotage isn't always straightforward. With the cables lying unprotected at the bottom of the sea, a simple human error or a natural event can have far-reaching impacts. The fact remains that our vital digital backbone is largely vulnerable, and international law struggles to keep pace with the rising threats. As nations depend more heavily on digital communications, the stakes have never been higher in safeguarding these essential arteries. Undersea cables are the backbone of the internet, yet international law barely scratches the surface in protecting them. The United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, is the most significant legal framework, offering some guidelines. However, its effectiveness is limited. While UNCLOS requires member states to protect cables within their jurisdiction, in practice, enforcement is fraught with challenges. Jurisdictional ambiguities arise, especially in international waters, where no single nation holds authority. This makes coordinated protection efforts complex and often ineffective. In case of an incident, whether accidental or deliberate, tracking offenders and attributing actions is notoriously difficult. During the Twinkie Red Sea incidents, identifying whether sabotage or accidents caused the severing of 15 cables proved elusive. Despite technological advancements, the remote locations of these cables complicate monitoring efforts. Moreover, international response protocols are underdeveloped, and penalties for intentional damage remain unclear and inconsistent. As global tensions rise, the lack of robust international legal protection for these critical infrastructures leaves them vulnerable. Strengthening legal frameworks is paramount to securing the digital arteries that connect our world. Without decisive action, the invisible war beneath our oceans could escalate. Undersea cables are more than just conduits for our internet traffic. They are strategic assets with immense geopolitical significance. Consider the fact that 95% of global internet traffic relies on these vital lines. This creates a strategic battleground where nations like China, Russia, and the United States vie for control and influence. For example, China has invested heavily in the Asia-Africa-Europe 1 cable system, a 25,000-kilometer-long line connecting Asia with Europe. In doing so, they gain significant leverage in global data flows. Meanwhile, Russia has made its presence known in the Arctic, laying cables that provide both communication and potential surveillance capabilities. The United States, not to be outdone, has focused on securing key undersea routes and ensuring that the majority of internet traffic flows through cables owned by Western companies. The 2025 incidents in the Red Sea and Baltic Sea underscore the vulnerabilities present in this invisible infrastructure. Whether caused by natural events or deliberate sabotage, these disruptions highlighted the potential for geopolitical conflicts to spill over into the digital realm. As nations fortify their interests, the undersea cables remain critical yet vulnerable links in the global network. While the threat to undersea cables looms large, technological innovations offer a glimmer of hope. Companies like Sienna and Alcatel Submarine Networks are pioneering advancements in cable monitoring systems. These systems can track real-time cable performance and detect anomalies that could indicate damage or interference. For instance, the Smart Cable Initiative aims to integrate environmental sensors into cables, providing valuable data to foresee potential issues. In addition, autonomous underwater vehicles, or AUs, are being developed to patrol these underwater arteries. Companies like Ocean Infinity NMD are at the forefront of creating AUVs capable of inspecting cables to ensure their integrity. These vehicles can operate continuously, covering vast stretches of the ocean floor and identifying potential threats or damage before they escalate into significant disruptions. However, the deployment of these technologies is not yet comprehensive. With more than 400 active submarine cables spanning over 1.2 million kilometers globally, scaling these solutions presents a considerable challenge. Moreover, while these innovations enhance surveillance and protection, they are not foolproof. Accidents, natural events, or deliberate acts can still cause significant disruptions, underscoring the need for international cooperation and regulation. In our ever-connected digital world, undersea cables are the unsung heroes, silently transmitting data across oceans. Yet, their vulnerability poses a global threat. By 2025, these cables will remain the backbone of 95% of global internet traffic, making their protection indispensable. The severing of 15 cables in the Red Sea in 2025, which disrupted 25% of Europe-Asia data traffic, highlighted the urgency of this issue. But how do we safeguard them? International collaboration is paramount. Countries must unite, forming coalitions like the UN-backed International Cable Protection Committee, advocating for improved security measures and coordinated responses. Legal frameworks, currently lagging, need urgent reform. The United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, drafted in 1982, lacks specificity for modern digital infrastructure. Updating these regulations to include stringent protections and clear penalties for sabotage or negligence is crucial. Technologically, advancements in monitoring and repair capabilities are evolving. Companies like Google and Facebook are already investing in AI-driven surveillance systems to detect threats in real time. Remote-controlled submersibles and autonomous underwater drones can expedite repairs and thwart potential sabotage efforts, ensuring the safety and continuity of our digital pipelines. The Internet, while globally connective, remains vulnerable, hinging on thousands of miles of undersea cables. These fragile arteries, silently coursing across the ocean floors, carry 95% of international data traffic. Yet incidents like the Red Sea cable severance, impacting a staggering 25% of Europe-Asia traffic, highlight their susceptibility. Similar disruptions in the Baltic Sea emphasize this fragility. Despite their criticality, undersea cables rarely feature in public discourse, revealing a gaping blind spot in global security strategies. We must recognize this duality to better safeguard our interconnected digital world. Undersea cables are the unsung heroes of the Internet, carrying a staggering 95% of global data. Despite their importance, they remain vulnerable, with incidents like the 2025 Red Sea cable severing impacting 25% of Europe-Asia traffic, raising concerns. In just 6 days, the Baltic Sea experienced 6 cable disruptions. These events underscore the urgent need for robust international measures to protect these vital arteries. While international law lags behind, awareness is crucial. By shining a light on this issue, we can galvanize action to safeguard the future of global communications. Every time you send an email, stream a video, or make a purchase online, you're relying on those undersea cables. With 95% of global internet traffic flowing through them, their security is crucial. The disruption of 15 cables in the Red Sea alone impacted 25% of Europe-Asia data flow. By understanding these connections, we become advocates for their protection, ensuring a resilient digital future for generations to come. As we navigate this invisible war for the control of undersea cables, it becomes clear how vital these networks are for global connectivity. With 95% of internet traffic relying on them, their security is paramount. The severing of 15 cables in 2025, disrupting European and Asian communications, highlights the fragility of this infrastructure. Staying informed is not just important, it's essential for safeguarding our digital future in this ever-changing landscape.